Actually, it hasn't, but it feels like it's been a while. A lot's been going on. I have a lot to tell you, so I'm gonna try to go quick. Finished the hats. Everything was blocked. I filled up the bathtub to soak and then block all the hats. It covered my entire living room floor. Well, a chunk of my living room floor. I will add pictures of that in here. Then this weekend, I posted them all on Buy Nothing, and just about every single one of them was claimed. Of course, like some hats, multiple people wanted it, and some hats, only one person wanted it, but pretty much everything was claimed. I think everyone's picked up too, so it was really quick. So that's gifted, and I've been getting so many happy pictures of people wrapped up in their hats, and it is a delight. So that's really nice. The stack of hats is done. Beyond that, I haven't really been knitting. I did start my ornaments. So I'm actually going to give you to tour guide Leah for a minute. And then when you come back, I'll tell you some more details about the actual making of my 12 Days of Christmas ornaments. So since a lot of what I want to talk to you about today is on this tree, I thought I'd take you into my living room to give you a tour. Okay, welcome to my living room and my Christmas tree. And most of the ornaments on here are handmade, and a few I want to show you especially. So right here, we have my Partridge and the Pear tree ornaments. So these are the ones, part of the series I'm making this year, and these were number 1. So I made those for the beginning of the month. They were so much fun. Then, let's see, we'll come down here, and there's my turtle dove. So that's number 2. You made me these, and I love them. I just got them today. Then we've got some origami ornaments from years gone by, and a few others that I've made. And then these, I'll tell you about those. I made salto ornaments. So that was a really fun one. And then I liked this one too a lot, because it's actually quite textured. Where there's gold, it's textured because I used some hand-carved wooden stamps I have on the dough and then just traced over it with gold paint pen once it was painted. So as for the handmade ornaments, so I'm kneeling on a chair, there's my French hen, which is number 3. I just finished him last night. It's a very happy handmade tree. Actually, I made my star too. It took forever. Each point had to get cut out and then folded in about 6 different places and then glued together, and then you make the base and then you glue all the points onto the base. But I'm really happy with how it turned out, so it was worth it. Welcome back! So, I hope tour guide Leah was good for you and didn't make you motion sick with the camera moving. I tried, but you know, it's just my hand. So for the actual making of the ornaments, it's super fun. Each ornament has a pattern, really beautifully written pattern. So the patterns themselves is by Triple M Crafts, who is a lovely homeschooling mom, who I don't know personally, but I feel like there may have been some overlap there. And it's a spectacularly well-written pattern. I'm talking pictures of every step, illustrations, fun little tips, links to videos, and she has like an entire blog of, you know, here's exactly how to do XYZ thing. So that's wonderful, and it really would make it so that the pattern, even for a completely non-experienced sewist, could produce a beautiful finished object. And part of that is that each pattern, you just print them. So you can buy this awesome stuff, which is, it's silky on one side and it's kind of almost like a fabric on the other. And you can just run it through your printer. So you can print off the pattern and then the actual stuff, let me see if I can peel up a corner. It's a little tricky if you have short fingernails like I do, but you just peel the backing off once it's printed, and so it separates, and that's the backing, and then this side, it's sticky, so you just stick it onto your felt and cut off, and then you just embroider over the lines. It's as simple as that. It's almost foolproof. It's fantastic. So it looks kind of like that. I haven't embroidered this piece yet, so it's just plain felt. Focus. And then you just go over the lines. And the pattern tells you what colors to use, and where there's little circles, that is for a French knot, which I forgot how bad I am at making French knots. I had to do a couple of practice bits before I could get into it. And then when it's done, it's all embroidered over. It's completely water soluble. So you just, whenever all of it's done, you just soak this in cold water. It says 10 to 15 minutes. I've been finding it needs more like 30 to an hour. So invariably, I just leave it in the sink until I remember it's there, and then I go get it. It's usually more than an hour. But it just comes right off, and then all you're left with is a beautiful embroidered piece of your ornament. So then you can put them all together and you get a finished object. So what I'm working on right now is number 4 is the calling bird. And I'm really enjoying it. It's very satisfying, not just because I forgot how satisfying it is to cut felt. It just feels great. But I'm very much enjoying the ornaments, and it's nice to have more beautiful handmade things to add to my tree. I don't think Torlia mentioned this, but this is my first year with a full-size Christmas tree. So my ornament stash was a little bit bare, hence the salt dough ornaments and a whole bunch of other, well, I'll make some, because I don't like just, go out and buy it all. And then as the years go by and I have more ornaments to treasure, I can kind of phase out the temporary ones. A lot of them are folded paper, so they're not going to last for very long. It's pretty impressive. They've already lasted 3 years, I think. So I made those when I was still in the apartment. But anyway, I'm very much enjoying my ornament making. And it's nice. At first, I was a little worried it would be like stuck at my desk to do them, because it's fairly detailed and there's a whole lot of switching of thread colors and a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and then you do this. But I've actually found that I can do it sitting on the couch, no problem. Even with kind of not fantastic light. Well, it's still well lit, but not right onto my project because of the lines. So, highly recommend. It's a beautifully made pattern. I'm glad I did it. It was definitely more expensive than my usual project pattern, but I completely understand why after seeing it. That is a tremendous amount of work that went into it. So I am delighted with that. Then, actually, speaking of Christmas decor, let me throw in a picture here for you. And that is the finale, the end result of the bit of Christmas art I kind of teased you guys with last video. The wrapping paper, the picture, I love it. It's possibly my favorite piece of Christmas decorations that I've made. It fits the house beautifully. It's just so soothing and so so winter without being like, oh my God, Santa Claus. Which is especially good because I celebrate Christmas, but my roommate is Jewish, so we also celebrate Hanukkah, which by the way starts on Thursday. So it's nice to have some stuff. We like to have a good mix of Hanukkah and Christmas stuff. So it makes for a really fun house. Actually, speaking of which, I made these little, called pint-sized pines. And you just make them up, you knit them, and you stick them on wine corks. But it makes for a really cute decoration. And that is Pint-Sized Pines by Julia Tasha, something like that. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I will put a link down below. And it's really nice, especially because this one is my favorite, not necessarily because of the tree, but actually because of this cork. And I stuck a pin in the top so I would never, you know, lose track of which one it was. This is the cork from the bottle of champagne I popped the day I closed on my house. So it was a bit of, you know this, it was a bit of a tumultuous closing. There's a lot of back and forth and issues and challenges. So I actually hadn't told anyone I was closing on the house that day because we'd already been disappointed. I went in after work, I closed on the house, and then I texted my aunt and uncle that I had bought a house. So we came over and I had a bottle of champagne, we popped it, and I showed them around. And now that cork is part of my Christmas decorations. So, happy little pint-sized pines. I have a whole little forest of them that I keep on the corner of my fireplace. They make me happy. As for other, I can finally show you the Christmas cards. So I realized that I was, on Saturday and Sunday, I was filling out and addressing and sending off a whole stack of Christmas cards, about 80 of them. And I realized that I wouldn't have any to show you on Monday if I sent them all over the weekend. And then I realized that I was still gonna have spare time for crafting other than the ornaments, so I thought, I'll just make some more. I've still got stuff. I'll make more cards, because there's always more people. So here is a selection of a few of my favorites that I've made recently. Let's see, which one do I want to show you first? Let's do this one. So that is some antique stamps, actual postage stamps, and a couple of fun things that I have either made or thrifted or been given. Especially, so this shape is actually made from the remnants of these ornament things. So I got on Buy Nothing, somebody was gifting a whole bunch of like gift tags and paper ornament things. And I said, yes, I would love those. So when you pop this ornament, and they're different shapes, but this is the one I've got to show. When you pop this out of the paper around it, it leaves, you know, the emptiness. So I use that as a stencil of kind to cut blank ones that I could stamp to use on other cards. I enjoy a great deal. And then most of these I have stamps and paper so I can make more of my own ephemera, so I don't, you know, buying it gets really expensive and I'm not doing it for that. So I mostly make my own. Actually, here, this is another one of the tags that I got on Buy Nothing. And then this is some of the ephemera that I made. And that is to get an antiqued paper. That is the remnants of my coffee. And just, you know, coffee, nothing in it, just coffee. Onto the paper. So it's really fun. But it's nice to see there's so much, it's getting really busy in the group that everyone is so happy to send cards and send love and it makes my heart sing. So anyway, it's been really nice talking to you, Mom. See you later. Bye.